looking at motion, right? Because that's what we have been talking about. Are you recording now? Excellent. So we're going to be taking a look at motion. We're actually going to try and take a look at the motion of two different items today. One is the golf ball, but one is this wooden block that we have here. Now it's a rather odd little wooden block. So it's a wooden block that I have put 3 nails into, 2 up front here, 1 in the back. Around the front nails, I have put a rubber band, and then I have taken a piece of cotton string and tied it so that the rubber band is being pulled back toward that nail that is in the back. Okay. I'm now going to take the golf ball, this regular old golf ball. I'm going to put it right about there on the block. Okay? So, does this remind you of anything? A slingshot, right? It looks kind of like it could be a slingshot. But remember, I want you to watch the motion of 2 things. I want you to watch the motion of the golf ball. I also want you to watch the motion of the wooden block. All right, now I'm going to use flame from the lighter to essentially cut this string. Any ideas on why I don't just use a pair of scissors to cut the string? Tyler?
Because it's cooler to light on fire.
Well, it is cooler, that is true. But it is not the only reason. There is an actual, science reason for using the flame instead of using the scissors. What do you think, Truman?
Maybe if you just cut it, the ball would go flying, but if you light it, then it slowly fades away.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah, it's like dynamite.
The reality is, and this may or may not happen, but if I used a pair of scissors, right? The scissors are like an actual object that is going to be right here, and I gotta get through the string before I can make sure, and make sure it cuts all the way through before I can pull the scissors away to get them out of the way, right? Which means that things could end up running into the scissors and disrupt the movement of the objects that we're observing. Flame, on the other hand, doesn't really get in the way of things too much, okay? So when it burns through that string, my lighter will be just far enough away that I will be able to get it away from everything pretty quickly. Okay, so are you ready to observe the motion of those 2 objects? Okay, all right, here we go. Oh, the water is here simply so I can put the string in it afterwards to make sure it doesn't continue to burn. I'll just use it. Maybe.
Do you want me to turn the phone sideways?
Ow.
Yeah, it might die. Won't work.
It's okay. Cody will protect Tyler.
3, 2, 1, flamage. All right, so here is my question for you. Thank you, Cody, actually. Right, here is my question for you. What moved? The golf ball, the block, both, and why? Let's start with what moved. Raise your hand. Josh.
A rubber band.
Okay, the rubber band did move, that's true. My question originally had asked you to observe the motion mostly of the golf ball and the wooden block, right? Molly?
Is the golf ball moved?
The golf ball definitely moved, right? That is pretty clear. Sammy?
I said the golf ball moved a little bit. Didn't go that far.
They both moved.
How can you tell that the wooden block moved?
The yellow tape.
Okay, so I had the wooden block actually lined up right at the back of this piece of yellow tape. All right, so it actually did move backwards a little bit, right? If you had to choose a law that best explains the movement of the golf ball and the wooden block, which law would you choose, Tyler?
3, because like the golf ball came over here, and like the rubber band, and then that went backwards.
Okay, so Tyler chose law number 3. How many people agree with law number 3? Okay.
Because it moved, so the other thing.
All right,
moved.
I tend to agree. I think there are other possible correct answers. We're gonna take a look here in just a moment at some examples of possibly correct answers. We're gonna talk about which answer or answers might be the best answer or answers, which ones might get the most credit on a test. We're gonna look at how vocabulary, science vocabulary is used in those examples, okay? So, stop that.